Good to roll, I repeat, good to roll.
They have no rear view mirrors because they never look back. And they have no speedometer because they never take their eyes off the road and they feel how fast they're going.
Background.
It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
For those 10 seconds behind the wheel, for that quarter mile, just going as fast as it possibly can.
This modern day drag racing, I mean, this really exists. This really happens today.
Everyone can relate to wanting to press the gas and take that vehicle as far as they possibly could. I think that that is pretty much where the attraction to the Fast and Furious franchise has began and has kept going.
They love the world. They love racing. They have a true passion. Just like old times. One race, 2G buy-in, winner takes all.
I don't have any cash, but I do have the pink slip to my car.
You're in.
Universal came to me with a magazine article about illegal street racing. I was sort of fascinated by the subculture of these kids who built these rice rockets out of import cars.
Rob was adamant about either do it right or don't do it at all. He wanted it to be as true to the import car scene as possible.
Am I amazed that this culture exists? I think that this subculture always existed. Our culture identifies itself with its cars.
These kids, you know, they have $3,000, maybe $4,000. They go out and buy a used Civic or Integra, and they can fix it up however they want. They can customize it. It's kind of like that's who they are.
It's got a nice fogger system and a T04 turbo.
The first time we realized how huge it was when we were shooting a scene and, you know, all these extras had to volunteer. I think they put flyers out and they announced it on the internet, but the amount of people that showed up with their, you know, cool cars with the gadgets and like the cars are hopping like they're in some rap video.
A lot of these kids are urban kids with less resources and they just make it happen, you know. They love the cars. And they love racing, and they find a way to do it. What are you smiling about?
Dude, I almost had you.
The first character cast was Paul Walker. I thought that Paul had a McQueen-esque sort of ambiance around him, you know, testosterone, intelligence, and heart.
I was actually working with Neil Moritz. They got a phone call from him, and he's like, look, we got this idea. It's about modern day drag racing. I'm like, get it, got it, I know it. So you get to play an undercover cop. I'm like, cool. And he's on, you get to make out with a good looking girl. And I was like, all right. So when are you gonna film this one?
Then it became like all casting. Who could play Dominic, the king of the racers, the king of the streets? After going through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of names, Vin Diesel was the guy.
So how did you get chosen for the role? How did that come up? Was it a big
Luck.
Yeah?
All luck. What do I think about being the king of the streets? I enjoyed the role. I enjoyed playing the part. I identify with that character. Smoke. Monica, you think?
Ow! I smell skanks. I became Dominique's girlfriend, because of course you can't have a strong chick without a boyfriend. I mean, it's really cool. I get to race.
Mia, come on, what's holding you up?
Jordana Brewster, she has a kind of remote, almost unknowable beauty. And as she is both dark and mysterious, Paul is sunny and blonde.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment.
I first met with Rob like 2 months before shooting began, and I really liked his vision for the film, and I really liked the way he was going in terms of casting.
Play this way. Action! Now you'll see this place come to life.
Rob Cohen promised to be the first director to illustrate speed on film. It was that conversation that got me excited about doing the Fast and the Furious.
We're going to take speed and take a new leap into making you feel the actual experience of 170 miles an hour on a city street.
Here, take the wheel! Take the wheel! Put your foot on the gas!
The climax of the film, we're actually jumped from the Supra to the semi-truck. I was actually on that semi-truck, 80 miles an hour, you know, just basically holding on for dear life. We had a safety rig, but that's not going to stop your head from hitting the asphalt.
There were times when Paul and I would do our own stunts and feel like we were doing something, and then the stunt team would come in and do what I thought would be impossible. Going underneath another car, jumping from one car to the semi, flipping a car.
It's freaking cool. I like it.
We got that chaos thing down.
When I first saw the film, I couldn't believe that I was a part of it. And I was just grateful that it all worked out.
Fire 'em up! It's time for the week to go home. Go!
When John Singleton came on as the director, we wanted to give him a little taste of what this world was, and we called up our transportation guys and we said, you know, can you get us 100 cars down to the Santa Monica Civic tomorrow at 12 o'clock? And he's like, yeah, okay.
And then we put some stuff out on the internet, a couple of emails, and the day of, 600 cars show up. It's a testament to the power of what the Fast and Furious is about.
John was somebody I always wanted to work with, and it was just his passion for these characters and passion for these cars and this world, and the fact that this was something, a lifelong dream of his, that was kind of a lucky coincidence for us.
His whole thing is he just wants everything to be real. He wants it to be organic. He wants to bring a certain street credibility to it, because he's the real deal.
Let's go.
It's much more than just a film. This is all about a world where everybody is either into racing cars, into fixing cars, into being around cars.
I was aware of what the car subculture was like, but this movie's actually really opened up that whole lifestyle, because it is a lifestyle.
I have a whole new appreciation for automobiles, just being on this set, around all these people, seeing these new things.
1,000 watts.
I thought the cars in the first one were the coolest cars I'd ever seen in my life. And having now just made this one, we're just able to really push it even farther and really do the cars to the nines.
My goal was to design cars that people would come to the film and want to emulate and want to have their cars look as good as our cars in the picture.
The driving sequences are that much more unreal. You know, I mean, some mind-blowing stuff.
In the first movie, there were a lot of drag races. It was all about drag racing. This movie is all about, you know, cars taking turns and obstacles and jumps and flying through the air. Things that you swear that it's a special effect, but it's not. It's like that's what we did on the street.
Welcome to the set of Fast and the Furious 2, where I'm driving and you're not.
I have actors that really can drive the cars, and I wanted to just really be able to see Paul do these stunts, you know, see Tyrese. You really need, you know, actors that can drive to stuntman quality.
Focus, baby!
It's a rush for me, because, I own all fast cars, but I'm not able to do what I can do here. It's fun to be able to just do anything you can think of out here. And all you'll probably hear is that you ran over a cone.
Paul, we had to do everything we could to keep him out of the driver's seat. There's a particular shot in the movie after he wins the big first race where he actually power slides right towards camera. It's one of the best shots in the movie.
Hopefully people will really get a sense that we had a lot of fun doing this film. We're just having a good time.
You know, we're around all these cool cars, you know, all these pretty girls. You know, we're in Miami, it was beautiful and everything, the sun and the beach and everything and stuff, right? You know, what more can you want, man?
That's out of what?
Ready. Set up.
Go!
It's called drifting. What do you mean drift?
From far away, it's graceful and it's like ballet. When you get close, it's all about the rubber being burnt and these tiny particles just shooting in your eye.
Welcome, Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift.
It looks like you're totally out of control, yet you are totally in control, you know.
If you've ever been to Japan, there's not a lot of straight away streets, you know, everything's kind of curved, and this is just something that like the kids, they developed as they were racing down the streets.
Then it became an underground thing out on the mountain roads doing toge, where they would drift on mountain roads together.
Drifting is about finding your own way. It really represents just the whole theme underwriting the film, which is about identity.
All my life, people have told me I don't fit in. Maybe I've just been in the wrong place.
There is no right, there is no wrong. You're just who you are, and it will show in the way you drift.
Handbraking is the easiest, so the first thing I want you to do, I want you to rip that e-brake. Right after you rip the e-brake, then I want you to power over.
This was kind of a dream come true, actually, to be able to go out there and slalom drift through traffic. That was absolutely fun.
We filmed some stuff up on the mountain. And these guys were hanging it off the edge, and if they roll the tire off the rim, they're down 80, 90, 100 feet on top of these huge rocks.
Coming from a small town in Alabama, I never thought I'd be in Tokyo.
Yokoso.
Dimple, my rider, ne? It was literally like being in another world, another planet.
It's the perfect backdrop, and it really does the drifting world justice in that sense, to show that it came from Japan.
Man, it's just hard.
This is what they do, and it's a gift, it's a passion. It's going down, drift style.
You ready, kid?
When I did the last one, I had so much fun, and at the same time, I didn't want to come back unless we can really kind of explore kind of the mythology of this franchise.
So, you know each other?
It had to be Vin and Paul back. If we were really going to go to a next level, go to the fourth, it had to be Vin and Paul.
We tapped into something with the first one, and I've been living it now for 8 years.
I think everyone was really, really excited to be back, and I think we all knew that we were on to something really special.
The crew is back. That's going to be something that this movie has that hasn't happened since part one. Of course, the action helps. You know me, I love action.
Dom and Han are attempting this fuel heist. We are in these souped-up, American trucks. very Western cowboy type of thing, a throwback to the old, railroad heist.
Cool bad guys, incredible action in Los Angeles, Mexico, Dominican Republic. We'll get into a lot of different subcultures.
This film actually is going to tie a lot of the loose ends between characters of all three films. Nothing beats these cars when they go out on the road. The way they turn. The way they flip. The way they land. We're going to go all out on this one.
There's a lot of stunts, there's a lot going on. A lot of guys are gonna be putting their neck on the line. The race is on.
One of our objectives was to try to fill this picture with incredibly talented actors that have all come to partake in this adventure of reestablishing the franchise onto the next leg, the mature side of it. Don't tell anyone you see me.